Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogbot333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the New Order, Last Days of Europe, as, at least for now, tentatively the Komi Republic. On last video, we basically consolidated our control, and we are now facing our new Smuta mechanics, which just seem fascinating to me. I don't know how they work, but I'm going to be very interested to see. We also have the front about to declare war at us. Probably our worst dreams have a. Although I don't know how different it really is with the mechanics, but anyway, we gotta go ahead. Well, that actually helps us a little bit, I think. Okay, after chaotic period of violence, our faction has secured and control of the Komi Republic, and for now, remains safe and kind of cooling ring. I think this is the typical stuff. Let's get to work, huh? Rest in prison. We'll look at Stalina. And we got some changes going on. So, we're led by the interim government. An interim or caretaker government is an intrinsically temporary one that exists in between more formally defined governments, whether those be the results of democratic elections, military imposition, or some other method. Typically rapidly formed in the aftermath of the fall of a previous government, however that fall may have been characterized, their inherent perceived legitimacy is generally low. Therefore, they should not be quickly replaced. National disorder and unrest is sure to follow. Such interim governments tend to be relatively authoritarian, even if apolitical, but only ensure that the status quo, as it relates to state institutions, is maintained until such time as their successor is properly established. At the same time, they are very unlikely to possess either the political will or physical ability to execute policy of any real significance. The nation, in essence, remains frozen until the interim government is replaced. Well, meanwhile, we have the provisional government. Hastily organizing the aftermath of radical action, the passionary society has assumed power within the state in order to protect both it and the people from destructive forces of unchecked democracy, socialism, and subversion of all types. A loose affiliation of many rightist groups dedicated to order and progress within Komi, the society as a whole is nevertheless dominated by the leaders of the most powerful factions, Igor Shafarevich, Lev Gumilov, Ivan Sarov, and the Funny Clock Man, who act collectively in committee fashion to develop and dictate government policy. Though united in general purpose for now, it is well understood that this power-sharing agreement, and even society as a whole, is not likely to endure. Each faction possesses very different opinions on the direction of a new state. Following its stabilization, it is unknown who, if any, will be able to convince their contemporaries of the superiority of that vision, or if it will need to be imposed by force. I don't know, but what I do know is that gonna let these guys get into position first. Oh, the front's just going to war with all these guys. I also realized I don't have an offensive line. So let's get working on that. I'm going to prepare a little bit. I'm going to let this... I'm going to let go for a while, let them not have a front line anymore. Or any troops on their front line, rather. Together against tyranny. A little sneaky. I did what the kids call a pro gamer move there. What is going on in the Middle East? Civil unrest in Lebanon? Who would have thought? I apologize to any Lebanese viewers if that hit too hard. Panay elected as in France. Ahmad. Well, It's not the American guy. Salvation of a nation. Oh, great news has arrived for our country. It's no secret that the war against the rest of the front, the vanguard of socialism in the region, has been a very difficult struggle and one that has forced us to use everything we have at our disposal. After all, the front is the remnants of the old movement from the days of the West, Russian War, and has finally decided to reclaim its place as a formidable power in the country. Thankfully for us, who have dared to challenge it, we have found an ally in this hostile environment, as the Anti-Communist Volunteer Guard. Today, in one of the many recruitment centers we have set up to help in mobilization, over 100 men appeared seemingly out of nowhere, requesting that they participate in their struggle against the Socialist Front. When asked about their background, they made the situation much clearer. They are proud Russians from Onega, the warlord state, famous for resisting the front against all odds with Finnish support. It seems that General Kirpichkanov's regime has been successful in cultivating patriotic sentiment. Of course, our government and the High Command have welcomed the arrival of the Anti-Communist Guard, especially into Onegans, have been quickly organized and sent to the front. While it may not be much, it is still useful in this war. There we go. I'll welcome any help we can get. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead. Go with the old foundation, of course. Our movement is home to a great variety of local groupings, united only by their common rejection above communism and the status quo in the Republic. This breadth has served us well in getting this far, but the cracks begin our groupings are showing more and more clearly by the day. Our cohesion suffers as a result. It's time to sharpen our focus. We will reunite the provisional government around the alliance at the core of the old passionary partnership between Igor Shafarevich's nationalists and Lev Gumilov's Eurasianists. While they disagree on some points, both are used to working with the other. The two of them together will command a stronger, more focused government. Igor Shafarevich watched the cabinet file into the room one by one, taking their seats, ready their documents, and prepare for what is expected to be a lively discussion on a number of topics, chief of which was the military. The winds were blowing in a very specific direction, and that direction was war. Despite the numerous questions and the issues facing the provisional government of Russia, all of them would be moot if the matter of defense was not soon addressed. After the initial welcoming greeting, Shafarevich got down to business. Defense Minister, based on your assessment, what is the status of our government? Better than we feared, worse than we hoped, to summarize, Chairman. Alexander Prokhorov answered. Our military would be able to protect us should war be inevitable, but there are serious concerns if we are expected to expand beyond our borders, we risk becoming overstretched. He was speaking about the unification of Western Russia, which Shafarevich knew would be pursued. Elaborate. Prokhorov began to answer, but was cut off by Andrei Deki. If I may, Chairman, it appears that the greatest deficiencies come from a lack of modern equipment, poor discipline on soldiers, and unable stand of command. Thank you, Minister, but let Prokhorov speak. Shafarevich interrupted, keeping his voice calm and masking with a smile. He generally allowed himself to be irritated with the foreign minister. A warm he was, but for now, at least, he needed to be respectful. He nodded Prokhorov. Now, please continue. Of course, Chairman. As I was saying, Syktyvkar is now Ust-Sisolsk. Could rally recruits. We're doing okay manpower-wise, at least. I'm not too worried. Got new infantry kits. Don't fully know what that means. But okay. New support equipment as well. We're doing okay so far. Pause if you want to read that. I think I've done this before, so I'm just going to skip through that. Let's launch an operation against her. Let's speed things up. Okay, that'll distract Vyatka, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I'll take that. Meanwhile, let's see if we can't get a bit of an encirclement off. Oh, looks like we can. Got the old foundation. Next, the Knight of Pentacles. Most of our popular support is centered on the moderate wing of our alliance, led by Shafarevich. It's promised to respect the Republic while reaffirming our national traditions of what sanitize our government to voters beyond the hardcore of our constituencies. It even now serves as a face of what the provisional government wishes to espouse to the world. Adopting these gradualist approaches and national democratic ideals will maintain our support and stability while we implement our ideals. We'll send you there, and then we'll use this opportunity to crush you. How many troops do they have? An okay amount. Okay, Vyatka is huge right now, and they took out... Oh dear. Pause if you want to read. No second chances. Clash of Shadows. Effect decreased. Political power gained. You'll love to see it. Let's prevent chaos from spreading. Let's rally some recruits as well. And get some extra military bonuses. Do you say Smyrna? Oh, this is Smuta. I thought Smyrna. I was making a TNO reference. But no, no. We'll do that. That'll hopefully help out old Vyatka, or Vyatka, Vologda. Encircle their troops. We can... Damn. We're doing okay in pushing. Let's see if we can't get some more encirclements off. You hold there, soldier. Actually, no. You're okay there. Honestly. You go there. God damn it. You hang there. Okay. Okay, celebrate citizen coming. Today, Vologda joins our republic. The offer of merging administrations have been welcomed by the semi-authoritarian government in Vologda. It seems they still believe in democracy, and such they quickly answer our request with positive response. Quickly, the two militaries limited all limitations to travel between their respective borders and are working to tear down any border fences or checkpoints. Soldiers near the border have come together, celebrating unification, and meeting their Russian brothers that no longer enemies on the other side. Meanwhile, representatives from the military regime we have recently united with will have arrived in Syktyvkar, outlining the exact plans and processes for proper integration of our lands into the Republic. The streets of both our own capital and Vologda, the citizens cheer on our government, and the flag of our nation is waved proudly across our domain. That kind of works, actually, in our favor. Shame we're about to lose 2 divisions, though. A real shame. let's not do that. That's not what I meant to do, really. We'll see if we can't do something there. Let's do compassion in the dark. So people must serve the state, so must the state serve the people. Our commitment to uphold strict moral values gives us a strong foundation from which to build a state. Now it's time to build on that foundation. We must ensure our people are warm and safe. We must feed their bellies in their thirst for purpose. We must not think of our work as easy or of our foundation as infallible, but work gradually and learn from our mistakes. Our values will be the brick. Each successive reform will be a brick, and soon we'll have built a grand structure to house all of the Republic. That works. Shafarevich knocked several times on the door and waited. A few moments later... Okay, you escaped. Actually, you're there. That actually works better. Shafarevich knocked several times on the door and waited. A few moments later, Leonid Kantarovich opened the door, not looking especially enthused to see him. His voice was nonetheless neutral. Igor? Leonid? It's been some time. You could say that. A few seconds passed before Kantarovich sighed. Come in. Shafarevich tried his best to move past the awkwardness of the situation. Kantarovich had been a close associate of him while he'd been the previous Minister of Finance, and now was not. House arrest wasn't necessarily pleasant, but compared to some fates, Shafarevich resolved it was better than the alternatives. All the same, he doubted Kantarovich saw it that way. The two men continued talking, topics shifting to educational plans, specifically the mathematics curriculum. Small talk did ease the tensions between them, but inside of circumstances, it was almost like old times. Their clock passed a couple hours before Shafarevich glanced at the clock. He'd have to leave soon, but it seemed wrong to not address this situation in some way. I do want to say that I apologize for this. Hopefully it can be resolved soon. A man of your talents and experience should not have to go through this inconvenience. Kantarovich didn't outwardly react, but Shafarevich got the impression that he wasn't convinced of his sincerity. But he merely offered his thanks and echoed the sentiment. What are you going to do? Let's build more social buildings. We'll move you up here. And see if we can't crush you. Not enough manpower to fill garrisons. What are you gonna do? I've got some more loot. We'll go and build a school. Crush that guy. And then get you back up there. We're making decent progress. End of the West Russian War. Or a West Russian War. Well, that was worth a shot to do. We'll move you there. Prevent any encirclements. Potentially breaking out. We'll attack you there. And then we'll see if we can't move upwards. See if we can't secure the capital. Let's go ahead and occupy Vologda. We could propose unification of Tatarstan. A little ironic considering our true intentions. That's a little unfortunate. Let's see if we can't help him break through. Yep, there we go. Kemerovo in Central Siberia. Kind of funny, I guess. Army and interoperability. Now let's get the will to power. The state is only as strong as its army, and Komi's military has always been a star state. Divided by politics and descended from Red Army mutineers, the armed forces have been a mess of conflicting ideologies and petty rivalries. Now that the Smuta has begun and the right is ascended, we shall rectify this mess. Officers will be reshuffled, right-minded commanders promoted, and the dead wood set adrift. Next step my timer, actually. The same sentiment applies to the bureaucracy. The provisional government is also a viper's nest of division. Even the right is sharply divided, with Eurasianists, conservatives, czarists, and ordo-socialists at each other's throats. These differences must be set aside, at least until the Smuta can be concluded. These guys are retreating, so let's take advantage of that retreat. Let's see if we can't find a way to get these guys out of there. And then about to take those victory points. Will that be enough? I have to imagine yes, but I can't say for certain. And just because I've assumed it, it probably will not be enough. Free France versus Moselland. There goes that little war. Taking Arkhangelsk. It's been a major blow to their war effort, I have to imagine. We'll also take Mazen. I want to see if we can get an encirclement off here. Plesetsk. That's our new capital. What? Nixon resigning? What on earth happened? I did not see that coming. Well, who's leading America now? Oh, Jack Kennedy. Oh, I love me a Kennedy. I hope nothing bad happens to him. I'm sure nothing will, but... Will to power. Next, let's do... Sticks of the White Army. Yeah. The days of Russian civil war are long past us, the realities of which continue to stare us in the face. For all their pomp and noble bearing, the white generals were little more than warlords vying for their little piece of Russia. Though united in their mutual crusade against Bolshevism, the White Army failed because its generals refused to coordinate with one another. As our officers form cliques and argue over ideology, these parallels are not lost on us. Our sectarian squabbles must wait until after our victory is achieved. Corruption will be punished harshly, and the men will be given not simply what they need to survive, but the propaganda and decency required to nourish their souls. There we go. No, you wait. You fucking stay there. I want to see if we can do something. We can't do something here, so I definitely will. Let's get you assigned to that. See if we can't crush that guy. You take Naryan Mar. We take Utka. You hold up there. Smyrna? Smirnov? What are you saying, sir? We can't get encirclement off. I already knew what I was trying to get done, and that's not happening. Oh, fuck me. No, okay, let's, Oh, you saw what was happening. You tried to stop it, soldier. That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Perhaps putting it mildly, but... Can we get you there in time to start a counterattack? There you go, got him moved. You move there, retake the city. This is a very weird front line and how it's evolving, but oh, fuck me. It was a dreary day, wet day in Komi. The kind of day where anyone would be miserable, especially soldiers. Rain poured down, turning roads into muddy slogs and uniforms into cold, wet, sodden weights. Yet none of those things were excuses. The duties of a soldier remained, rain or shine. From the cover of his outpost, General Glib Shukanov watched the exercises taking place through his binoculars. The weather today was actually a good thing. It simulated hard conditions that they might experience in the field. It's far better for the soldiers to be tested here than when it truly mattered. Small unit tactical drills were being conducted today, where soldiers were broken into numerous small units and assigned objectives. It tested their individual skills, creativity, and judgment, especially useful in assessing who could be relied on and who required more supervised command. Autonomy could be beneficial for bright soldiers or disaster for the others. His binoculars moved from one unit to another as their tasks were completed before fixating on one unit. He looked just in time to see that one of the soldiers tripped over something. Shlukanov didn't see what and fell down. It was a hard fall and seemed like the man had cut his arm or something on the way down. He waited for the man to call to help, but instead impressed to see the man quickly get back on his feet, wrap up the wound, and return to helping this unit. Shlukanov felt a small measure of relief and pride in that. It's a small thing, but the man had certainly not known he was being watched. Yet had forced himself to continue without relying on others, even when the man could have asked for help. It's the kind of man he needed, the kind of man who would reclaim Russia for her people. He quickly wrote down a note to learn the soldier's name. Excellent. Well, I'll have to find out his name next time, because we got it in here, folks. Thanks always for watching, though. Like this video if you like it, dislike if you didn't. All that good stuff. As always, check the links down in the description box below if you're interested in keeping up to date with more content. And, yeah. Thanks always for watching, my friends. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.